guys, happy Saturday. So my Oregon Ducks are up 41-3 at halftime, so I figured I'd make a quick video here during halftime. And it probably makes some of you guys sick that I'm a Ducks fan, but you know, born and raised in the Pacific Northwest. I was born in Oregon. I've lived in Oregon almost my whole life. I went up to Washington for a little bit just after September 11th, 2001. I had to go up there and I worked there for a while, but that's not what this video is about. So what this video is about is, you know, I've never really talked about my business model much, and if you're going to start a new HVAC business and, you know, take the plunge and do it, you got to be conservative with it. Don't go out and buy extravagant vehicles. Don't go out and buy a boat just because you had a good job or you made a bunch of money. Sock that away for a rainy day, because you will need it. You know, owning an HVAC business is a roller coaster. You got ups and downs, and it's constantly changing. So don't go out and just buy a bunch of stuff. You know, you don't need a status symbol. People don't care. All they care is that you can fix their HVAC equipment. You can install their HVAC equipment, and you can do what you do what you say every time, and you're always going to follow through on things. They don't care if you have a big, nice, jacked up. There's a guy that owns a company probably about 5 to 6 miles from me, and he's got this big, jacked up, ridiculous truck with the wheelbase pushed out, and he pulls this big old fancy trailer behind him. And honestly, I think the guy's kind of a douchebag. He looks like one. He wears designer jeans when he's working. I mean, just that type of jerkwad. Yes, I said jerkwad. Look it up. But you know, you got to be conservative when you're owning an HVAC business. Don't, you know. And Curtis, who I respect, and I'm going to mention here later in the video, I respect him a lot. But he gets questions from people about what type of vehicle should I have, and he goes, well, you should, you know, if you don't have the cash, go take out a loan and get yourself a nice work van. And I think that's wrong. We don't need to mortgage ourselves up the ass and take out credit, take out auto loans, and do all this stuff, because you don't need that. I'm going to show you my truck here in a second, and you know what it does? It gets the job done. And when this one breaks down or it's got too many miles on it, I'll get another one and do the same thing and take very good care of it and clean it and do everything that needs to be done to it to keep it on the road. And I don't need some big old shiny brand new vehicle to you know, pull into my customer's house and you know, get their jollies up. And honestly, people don't want to see that, because they think you're taking advantage of them if you're showing up in a Rolls Royce vehicle. So, you know, there's a big company in town. I always talk about them. They're the green and yellow trucks, and they're constantly buying brand new Transits. And you know how they're doing that? On the backs of the customers, taking advantage of the customers. So they can go to hell, as far as I'm concerned. And anybody that thinks that you have to go out and buy a bunch of expensive stuff by owning an HVAC company is completely wrong, because I've done it for a long time, very successfully, with very conservative values and conservative spending. I don't need to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Okay, I do just fine. My family's taken care of. We got money in the bank. We can go on any trip we want, and I don't need to go out and stare at some you know, 2025 jacked up fucking truck and act like I'm better than everybody else. So be conservative. Work out of whatever you feel that you can work out of. You don't need to go out and buy a brand new vehicle. I'm opposed to buying anything brand new. Don't buy any new vehicles. It's a joke. So anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video today and talk about that, because honestly, I'm so tired of seeing these guys thinking that what they do is they hawk themselves into debt, and then it takes them so long to dig out of it. That's why most of these HVAC companies throughout the country and in my area last about 5 years, and they're done. And they're done. They don't even make it 5 years. They make it a couple years, and they're like, God, this is so hard. Well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't have taken it out all this credit, so you got all these payments. Keep your overhead low. Don't have a bunch of monthly payments on stuff that you don't need. Okay, Like I've told you guys numerous times, I started working out of my wife's Mazda 3 little car, a little blue car, and guess what? I found a way to get the job done. I was creative, and I was able to make money and help my customers out, no problem. So if anybody tells you you need a big old fancy van to to get work and keep work, they're full of shit. So I'll end the video here with that. I'll end this intro with that. I got some other stuff to show you guys. Thank you. All right, guys. So like I said, my business model is not to buy fancy trucks, not to do anything fancy. I'm going to save that for when I retire, and then I'll be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. But I came out here early this morning, and I cleaned up my work truck. It's not a new truck, but I take very good care of it. I make sure I always get the oil changed on time. I clean him periodically. He's organized inside and out. I did tire wet on the tires. I cleaned the wheels up real nice. People don't care how new and extravagant your vehicle is. And I disagree with some of the other YouTube HVAC guys where I respect Curtis. I really respect what he does. He's a very nice man. But one of his videos, he tells people that they need to go out and finance a vehicle and get this extravagant vehicle right off the bat, and I just don't agree with that. I think we can do just fine with a something that gets you from point A to point B, and takes care of you and takes care of your family, and gets the job done. And this vehicle right here gets the job done very well. And I paid cash for this from another guy that he does restaurant work, and this vehicle just wasn't working for him. He has to drive out of town a lot, and it was he was spending too much on gas, and he had to get a newer vehicle. And so I bought this cash from him, and this thing works out pretty damn good for me. I love the outside service body for keeping all my parts. But yeah, you don't need to get extravagant, especially if you're starting a new HVAC business. You don't need to, but you really don't need to at any point in your career. You're just throwing money away. So spend money or save money on things that are important. So yeah, this is what I got. I keep it very nice, very nice and well maintained, and I'm happy with it. So yeah, keeping in tune, guys, with my business model. I keep things very, very simple. I've told you about this brake many times. I got this for $250. It does everything I need it to do. I work out of my home. I don't need to go buy some crazy office. This garage that I have with all my stuff in it works just fine. You don't have to do anything crazy, and I can't preach it enough. You don't have to spend that much money to run an HVAC business. Okay, keep the essentials here. Keep your essential round pipe that you need. I got all my flue pipes and stuff over here, boots and everything. I'm trying to get out of doing duct work. I'm trying to just do change outs and simple equipment change outs and smaller projects. I'm not the most organized, but I got all my tanks here. I got tons of nitro tanks. Always have plenty ready to go, because you never know when you're going to use a bunch. Got my recovery stuff here. I got all my refrigerants, my 454Bs in my truck there. But keep a bunch of drop cloths handy. If I pry open a wall, I cut some sheetrock. I know how to patch it myself. Give yourself skills to make yourself more money. I'm actually a licensed general contractor, so I can do all kinds of other stuff. I got all my if you can see, oh yeah, see right there. I got floor nailer, so I do hardwood floors too from time to time. Get yourself some skills. You don't just have to stick to one skill, one trade. You'll be able to do stuff and make yourself more money and make yourself more valuable to customers. You notice something in their house that you think you can do, and you're trained to do it, go do it. So, yeah, one last look at the old truck here. I mean, you don't need more than this, guys. You don't need to go buy yourself a 2025 you know, Transit or 2025 Mercedes or whatever the hell these guys are buying out there. This truck does me just fine. I have no problems. I can get all my equipment in here, got all my parts on the outside. So yeah, keep it simple. Keep everything simple. That's how I like to do it. And then I get to go do this more, because that's what I really want to do. I want to retire and I want to play golf 3 times a day.